Hello everyone, welcome to VPod. This is your host Jansi Nainvarpu.
And I'm your host Harshita, so welcome to VPod.
Thank you.
Today we have Dr. M.K. Koushik sir along with us So we're gonna discuss about some general topics and questions. So let's begin.
So why engineering?
First of all, let us discuss the thing around engineering, because first parents and students have to understand why they are joining engineering and why parents are making students to join engineering. The common misconception is if you join engineering you'll get software job. That is first misconception. Number two is you get high paid job if you join engineering. Number three is you'll go to US or any other places and get settled because their cousins or their relatives would have gone there and settled. So with these misconceptions in mind, parents are making students to choose engineering, and students are also in this misconception and they are joining engineering. But actually why engineering has come into picture is there are lot many problems in the community where you live in, or there are lot many problems in the society. How do we solve those problems? Because if humanity has to grow, we have to solve the problems. How do you solve those problems? As technology is growing, we can always solve problems easily with the help of technology. So the feasibility will be more, and then acceptability will be more if you solve the problems with the technology. So we will learn technology in engineering. It can be software technology, it can be hardware technology, or it can be automobile technology, anything, right? So this is how engineering has come into picture. And if students as well as parents understand this is engineering is to solve the problems, then it will be good. Then nothing will, now civil engineering, nobody is joining. Mechanical engineering, nobody is joining. But civil engineering and mechanical engineering is very much required in the society. If you see chemical engineering, now it is growing like anything. Because of electric vehicles and all, now chemical engineering is very much required. And pharma industry is growing. Pharmaceutical engineering has come. People are not looking for all those things because there is this hype around computer science and AI ML. Parents and students are going to that only. But every other department is very important, and they are there to solve the problems with the help of technology. That's why engineering.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, what strategies can we enhance to maintain our communication skills?
Communication skills is how do you convince people and how do you negotiate with people. So do you mean how students can improve their communication skills? Okay. I'll tell my own example because I come from a place called Anantapur. Not rural, but there in schools we don't speak English. Yeah. So if you don't communicate in English, the communication skills will not improve. And communication skills is not only about speaking in English, but also how do you convince others and how do you negotiate. So you need to have these skills. In order to have these three skills, first is I used to read newspapers a lot just to understand how the sentences are formed, what is the vocabulary. If you have vocabulary with you, you can speak confidently. Okay, grammatical mistakes anybody can do. Now also we can do in this podcast, right? So grammatical mistakes all will do. But if you have vocabulary and if you know what you are speaking, the content is very much important. If you are talking to somebody, if the content is there, then obviously you can deliver the content. In order to deliver the content, you need to have vocabulary. In order to have vocabulary, you need to read newspapers, you need to listen to English interviews and all. And then you need to have grip on what we are talking about. If you have that, then obviously you can improve. Number two is obviously we need to speak in English with our professors or peers so that we improve because it gets practiced. Day-to-day communication always helps you in improving your communication skills. And other than this, you need to read a lot. This generation doesn't read, but we used to read. It can be any technical papers, it can be books, it can be anything. So if you read, context will come. Okay, if you read a book, there is story in it, and then how is the editor or author has expressed the story. So that context will come. When you have this context, when you have vocabulary, when you have this day-to-day communication practice, obviously you'll improve your communication skills. And you should not fear. Basically, where people fail is they fear a lot when they want to speak to other people. So why fear? I mean, will they hit you? No, right? So if you don't fear, if you have contacts, then obviously your communication skills will improve.
Okay, so now we have another question, that is, how important is participation in extracurricular activities, clubs, or student organizations for personal and professional development?
So, one is curriculum, where you learn your technology or coding skills and all. One is co-curricular activities. Co-curricular activities in the sense which are not in your curriculum, like learning extra skill, learning extra coding skills and all. Then comes extracurricular. Extracurricular is you might be having some innate talent. You might be good at writing. You might be good at acting. You might be good at direction, or you might be good in dance. Whatever skills are there. So nowadays, what people are looking for, what companies are looking for, is not only your coding skills, not only your marks, but companies are looking for people who can. I'll tell you one good example of Cred. Most of you might know Cred is a company, Indian company by Kunal Shah. So in one of his interviews, he was telling in his interview process, the coding exams will be there, or technical interviews will be there. But what they will do is they take the candidate to play badminton. They take candidate to play table tennis. What happens if they play game with the candidate? They'll understand what is his IQ, because he has to strategize his game, and then what is his temperament, okay, and then how is he playing with others. Teamwork also will improve. That is one thing which he told. And then one more thing what he told is, if you have only engineering, or the other candidate has engineering plus he plays guitar, he prefers them, because the artists what they do, artists want to impress the audience. What a storyteller wants, he wants to impress the audience. What a musician wants, or singer wants, they want to impress the audience with their skill. So if you have these skills, what happens if these kind of people come into company? Obviously in company also we have products. So in order to sell your product, you will think about audience. There we call customers, here we call audience. So obviously the internal thing is there, where they want to deliver whatever they want to deliver. It should be liked by the customers. So that's what companies are looking for. So these extracurricular activities in colleges, it can be short film making, it can be dance, it can be arts, anything is very, very important, because people are looking for that extra edge. If you have that extra edge, then you are obviously recruited. So it's important.
So how can students strike a balance between academic excellence and personal growth, including hobbies and passions? Like you've just said, we need to balance skills and also the curriculum. So how can we have a proper balance, and what advice will you give to manage all at a time together?
Yeah. If you see your college, this is residential campus. Residential campus students have most of the time, because they don't travel. First point is, if you go to any city, non-residential colleges, they have to start in the morning by 7:30, and it will take 1.5 hours to reach college, and then around 3:30, 4 o'clock they start back. They reach at 6 o'clock or 6:30, because generally in the evenings traffic will be more. So students who are in residential campus, you can plan your activities. Like, I don't know, I mean, a few people are early risers, they rise early in the morning, and few people, they wake up till night, these days this population is more, where they wake up till 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock in the night, and then they do their activities. So you need to first understand, are you an early riser or a night bee, right? So once you understand, then actually you have to plan. So okay, see, if you are reading daily, generally it will not happen in student community. We don't read, even including me, I don't read every day, okay? So if you are not reading every day, and at least in a week, on Saturday or on Fridays, you have to see what all happened in every subject. And if you have that, then your reading is taken care, your education is taken care. Then obviously Saturdays and Sundays are there, right? Those Saturdays and Sundays you should keep it for your hobbies, because if you concentrate those 2 days on your hobbies, what happens, you have that, you will be ready for Monday again, and you have lot of time, right? You don't have travel time for you. In the mornings you can wake up early, and then you can utilize that time for your hobbies, or in the evenings after 6 you have lot of time, you can use it for hobbies. For non-residential campus students, you have to manage your days, because we have 6 days or 7 days in a week. Your Saturdays and Sundays has to be properly planned. Sundays you have to dedicate for your hobbies, then only you can improve.
Yeah,
So like, what are the key considerations when deciding whether to pursue further education such as post-graduation?
Again, I'll answer this, like, because again misconceptions are there. Why do you go for higher education? If you ask 10 students, 8 out of them they tell we want high paying jobs, or we want to settle in US or UK. That's not the thing. So why do we go for higher education is, number one, if you see the developed nations, they're called developed because they are at least 5 to 10 years ahead in any technology. You take any technology, they're at least 5 to 10 years ahead. Good equipments will be there, high-end softwares will be there, high-end systems will be there. So you get a chance to improve yourself and to lead yourself 5 years or 10 years ahead. So that's where higher education is very important in other countries. If you see now, the current situation, even India is developing at a faster pace. If you see any institution, any premier institutions, they also have upgraded softwares, upgraded equipments, right? So our students and parents have to realize it's not only higher education means going to foreign universities. Even Indian universities are doing good. If you want to go to foreign university and then you want to excel, yes, you have to, and then work for 2 years, 3 years, get the experience, and come back to India and then propagate whatever you have learned to the community. Then only India also can become developed nation, right? Because we have to give back whatever you have learned here. So that's where higher education is very much important. And that's the main reason which you why you have to do higher education.
Sir, in every question, the very common point is learning.
Mm-hmm.
To learn, we need to have that proper connection with the professors or co-mates, or that advice which we need at a very single moment where we are actually in need of that. So what are the best ways to seek guidance and mentorship from professors and other experienced individuals on campus?
Again, mentorship is of it has many shades, right? We usually go to our professors for some technical doubts. Few professors might be there who will guide you on career, right? So first of all, we need to categorize and we need to prioritize what are our interests to go to a mentor. Is it for technology development? Is it for career guidance? Is it for sometimes we connect to professors on emotional level also. If you have some problems, you can always share, because they have seen more life than you, they have seen more students, right? And they are there in this community for many years. So if you go to professors for any emotional thing or for any technology or for anything, this we need to prioritize first, and then you have to choose which professor is good in that. All professors cannot give guidance in all the areas. So then see, how do we know? First is our seniors or fellow students can tell this professor is guiding us very good in, and then you observe them in classes also. So they might be giving, some professors will come straight 50 minutes, they teach only subject. Few professors will be there who teach subject plus other extra things in the class. You need to catch hold of them. Why they are doing that is they are improving, they are learning new things in the life, and then they want to share it to students. So those are the ones whom you need to choose, and then you have to prioritize on what you want your mentorship. Then you can find your professor and then seek mentorship.
Yes, sir. So what are some effective study techniques and habits that can lead to academic success in the college?
It's all planning, I'm wrong person, but so it's all planning, because as I told, we don't read daily, but at least are we going to classes and listening? If see, 15 minutes is current generation, the attention span is 10 minutes or 12 minutes, right? So again, my suggestion to professors as well as students is, professors also have to break their classes. Now teaching things have changed.
Yeah.
Teaching methodologies have changed. If the attention span is only for 12 minutes, every professor has to plan his class also in that order. Like if you are teaching for 12-15 minutes, then have some questionnaire or introduce some new concept so that students will come back. Okay, and then again you take them back to the class. All these new technologies professors have to learn, and then coming to students also. If you listen to your classes, I mean my personal experience also, I used to attend all the classes, and then my concentration levels in the classes are at least 60%. If you are at least 60% in the class, what happens is you learn, at least you'll know the topics. Okay, first you know the topics, and then what kind of technology improvements are happening and what kind of coding skills, whatever they teach, you'll understand that. And then I don't know, nowadays we used to write notes.
Yeah, we do, sir.
You do? Yeah,
Now
okay,
we do.
right. Now all digital things, people share all PDFs and all. First you need to have notes with you, because reading textbook during exams, it's not
thing.
Yeah. So if you have notes, and if you make those important points when you are at class, then that will help you. So notes is one thing, and then your concentration in the class is another thing, and then peer learning. You have to sit with your group studies.
Yeah, sir.
That still it's there or not, I don't know.
We used to do, but just before the exam days.
Yeah, but not just before the exam days. At least in a week once you have to sit, and then what happened in class. So what are they teaching? At least topics you should know. Otherwise, what happens in the last? We choose which are the important questions or which are important subjects, and then that only we read. That time it helps you.
Yeah.
It might give you marks and all. But in the long run, what happens if you don't have a good command on this subject, you cannot understand the other subject which is follow up for that subject. So this, most of the students fail in understanding the follow up of this subject in the other semester. So we need to concentrate on these things. Few steps. I'm not asking any student to read daily. At least attend your classes, have concentration in your class, and weekly once all of you just meet up, and then every subject you speak about 10 minutes 15 minutes, and then before, at least 1 week before, you start reading about those things, and then looking at your notes or teacher's notes is very much important.
Okay, sir. When considering career prospects, is it more important to prioritize coding skills or the understanding of various technologies?
Coding skills is derivative. I feel technology is very important. Suppose if you take software, AWS, Amazon Web Services, cloud technology, blockchain technology, AI, ML, all these are technologies. And coming to electronics, VLSI, embedded system, Internet of Things, all these are technologies. So you need to understand the technology well. If you understand the technology, coding is a derivative. If you know Python or C language or C hash, obviously all the programming languages are similar, right? And then scripting languages are all of one sort. So if you understand the technology and how the technology is used for solving any problem, right? You take anything, your mobile, it has electronics, it has semiconductor, it has software and all. So that the software is built on the technology, right? Both of them go hand in hand. So my take would be technology first, and coding is a derivative, because you learn coding from first year. It helps you how to use technology.
Coming to our college scenario, or students in our college, we are in a dilemma. So it is like, is there any indication of whether the current recession will persist over the next 4 years or something?
4 years it will not. Any recession, it will be in 2 quarters, 3 quarters or something like that. So it might persist for 18 months. Usually they tell 0 to 18 months is the recession period. Sometimes it can vary. So see, one thing is recession will not hit all the sectors.
Yeah, sir.
Usually what we see is IT sector. There are more number of layoffs happening. There is this no recruitments are happening in any other companies. This is what we generally see. So if you are focusing only on IT industry, yes, recession is there. But you see automobile industry, you see electronics industry, you see semiconductor industry. Semiconductor industry is booming like anything. Even semiconductor industry, most of the people think that this is only for electronics and electrical students. It's not only for electrical or electronic students. Even coding is involved there. Computer science students can easily learn the coding, and then they can also take part in semiconductor industry. So what any student, or in fact I request professors also, whenever this recession is there, we need to tell students recession is only for one sector, but other sectors are doing good. If you see FMCG, okay, if you see any fast moving consumer goods thing, it is always there, you know. See, if you have recession, will you not brush?
No, sir.
Brush is very important, and paste is very
so we
important. Will you not eat? Which means food industry is there. And then value added products are there, like pickles and all. So all these companies will do good. And again, I just wanted to mention this also. If you join engineering, it's not only coding.
Yeah.
Okay, companies also want marketing, they also want branding people, they also want sales people, they also want content writers, right? I'll tell you how much important is content writer. Okay, you might have seen in the laboratories they would have kept manuals, right? Lab manuals. Who will write those lab manuals?
Content writers.
The content writer who is an engineer, because he or she has to understand the equipment, basic knowledge about it, and then he has to write about it. So content writers are most paid jobs anywhere. Now ChatGPT has come. I don't know how this content writing industry will go, because I see on LinkedIn also, if you see any article comes, people started writing this is generated through ChatGPT, but there is human touch. Okay, because ChatGPT sometimes it hallucinates and it gives misleading data, but it is human who has to read everything and then correct it and then give it. So that's how this is happening. So it's not only coding, because most of the students stress out or get depression because they don't know coding. Because as I told, engineering, people with misconception they join and they might be having other skills. So you need to explore those other skills, because the trend is changing, the recruitment patterns are changing. Whatever innate capabilities you have, please focus on it, which is your extracurricular activities, because companies are looking out for that. And then you need to have this, not only coding skills, managerial skills. You know, the best combination which companies are looking for is this technology or coding plus managerial skills. How do you get managerial skills? You need not do only MBA. Any college activity, if you are managing or organizing college activities, you have managerial skills, because finances are involved, and then you need to interact with so many people, and you need to convince your professors, you need to convince your stakeholders. So these are all the skills which companies are looking for. It's not only coding plus your innate talent will always help you.
Yeah, sir. Sir, in which academic year can we expect placements opportunities that will available for the students?
Placement is always, the trainings will happen from third year.
Yes.
Because they'll train you on technology, coding, and at the same time your soft skills. It can be personality, it can be communication skills, whatever is there, they'll start training, because you should be ready by fourth year. Usually 4.1 and 4.2 companies will come, and then they recruit, right? So you can expect in your fourth year, if it is only placements. If it is internship, then you can expect from your first year.
Okay, sir, we just talk about placements. Not everyone will be placed. So some might have that zeal or that enthusiasm to start a company. To start a company, you have to have that knowledge about leadership. So what steps can be taken to develop leadership qualities and skills effectively?
So if you just dissect leadership, what kind of leaders we want? People who understands our skills, because I have recruited one person and my expectation is him or her to do everything. No, first a leader has to understand what skills their employees have. Number one. Number two, empathize. Empathize means not sympathizing. We need to empathize. We need to get into their shoes. Why they're not able to do that work? Is there any disturbance in their personal life, or is it difficult for them to execute that work? First, we need to empathize with our employees. Number three is bringing the resources on the table, because if you don't have resources and if your expectations are more, people will not do. Now, how do you improve your leadership skills? As I told, this empathy and getting resources and understanding these skills and then talking to people. As a leader, your door should be always open for anybody to come and talk to you. So these are the skills which you need to improve as a leader. If you have these skills, and you should be example to your peers also. If you are not example to your peers, they will also emulate what you are doing. So these things which we need to improve. How do we improve these things? Again, whatever events happen in college, you have to organize those events. You have to be a leader in those events. If you are organize all these things, you are communicating with your mates, you are dealing things happily, and then you are improving your leadership skills.
Thank you, sir. It is great interacting with you, and this would be another interesting and acknowledging page of this complete entrepreneur journey. And we are looking forward for beautiful more episodes. And once again, thank you very much
Thank you.
for
Thank
being
you very
here
much.
with us.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Sir.